What's the chows? JPH Games here with another episode of Lacy's favourite Pokemon. Lacy has drawn these Pokemon. That is Ulterior Gamer on YouTube or Lacy's favourite on Twitter, and has asked me to talk about the Pokemon that they have drawn. This is the third in this series, probably the final one. I don't know. Lacy keeps on sending me drawings, so I have to keep on talking about them. But also, I think you guys are starting to like them, so, let me know in the comment section down below. Should we keep this series going? Should we end this series here? Have we been nice enough to Lacy? I don't know. Anyway, let's start with, first off, we have Dog Spot here, which is a normal type, okay? Yeah, it's simple, probably Route 1. Your generic Route 1 Pokemon, really, this one. But it does look rather nice. I mean, it does look like something that would evolve into something mighty. Possibly might drop the normal typing for another typing. Definitely could be some fighting typing in there, maybe. I don't know. But definitely normal starts it off pretty good. And I think it could be an interesting Pokemon. Definitely looks like it's small enough to evolve. It looks like a cute little puppy Pokemon. And then we have this one, which is actually kind of interesting. This is Squirrel Cats, the Acorn Keeper Pokemon. It's a squirrel, but like Deerling, it changes its form based on the season. So as we can see, its autumn form is pure red, whilst its spring form is more of a grey squirrel. We got its summer form, which is sort of a black and grey squirrel, and then its winter form is white and blue. So that's actually really cool. I like the idea. I really like the idea of season changing Pokemon that they had with Deerling and Sourcebook. Sadly, they never went anywhere with it, Nintendo, so it's kind of annoying. I really wanted them to do more with that idea. My idea was really cool, but sadly they never went anywhere with it, and they only did one Pokemon. And so, it's good to see it here, and it's good to see that's where his idea came from. So, I'd like to see this more. I would really like to see this more. So let's take a look at these stats here. 75 attack, 75 defense. Okay. Base 135 special attack with base 126 special defense and a 110 speed. So these things are special attackers. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I was thinking more of these things would be more defensive because they're squirrels. They're going to try everything to keep their acorns. But yeah, these are kind of special attackers. These are grass normal types as well. I don't know if they look weird, the fact that they're all grass normal types, yet none of them are green. But then again, it still could work. Dealing worked out very nicely. So, and Sourcebook. And I think, again, these things could evolve. And we don't have a lot of squirrel Pokemon. We really don't have a lot of squirrel Pokemon. And I think that's a crime. The squirrels are beautiful creatures. They are absolutely amazing, beautiful creatures. And this thing should be a thing in Pokemon. And they should evolve. We should have more squirrels. I love squirrels. I go to forests all the time and see squirrels. We have a load of squirrels here in Chester. Grey squirrels, sadly, but we do have squirrels here in Chester, and I do love seeing them every now and then. So, it's harder to see them every now these days though, because they're not as clever as they used to be, or Chester does have a little bit of a trash problem, so it's really hard to help the squirrels out sometimes. And squirrels are kind of afraid of humans, so if you go near a squirrel to help it, it's going to run away. And so here we have an Alolan Pokemon for you guys. This is an Alolan Cyndaquil with Curse Body for the ability, and it's a Grass Fire type. I actually really like the idea of this. I like Cyndaquil. I've always wanted to see Mega Typlosion. I've always wanted to see a Mega Typlosion. I've always thought that, you know, when they gave away Megas to Johto, when they gave away Megas to Kanto and Hoenn starters, but they kind of forgot about the Johto starters and didn't give the Johto starters Megas, I felt that was horrible. I mean, yes, so did the Sinnoh starters didn't get one, and the Unova starters, but the fact is, you know, you can't just go straight to you can't go Kanto, Hoenn, and forget about Johto. You can't do that. Johto is amazing. I love Johto. Gen 3 is amazing. And I thought maybe with the fact that you could find Cyndaquil, Totodile, and Bailey, Chikorita, sorry, as random chances in Pokemon Sun and Moon, you know, through the QR codes and the island scan feature, you could find them. I thought maybe they'd bring in a Pokemon from those games and a lone Pokemon from those games in this way, for them, but like, sadly they didn't. And sadly, there's no special Pokemon you can only unlock via the island scan. That's another thing they could have done with the island scan. They could have made Pokemon only appear via the island scan. So, you know, this Pokemon can only appear in the game. These brand new Pokemon that you've never seen before can only appear if you scan like 10 codes of other Pokemon. And then you have a chance of seeing it. I think most people would think that would find that a cop out, but I like the idea of that. I really do. Anyway, so this has Curse Body for the ability, which disables a move that attacks it physically, which is pretty cool. The Ghost Fire typing here works really nicely, and yeah, would be really excited to use one of these. And then we have a Alolan Houndour. Dark Water type. It's kind of it's weird. It is a very weird Pokemon. This is it's got a tail fin here at the back. It's got like a blowhole where its air would be, and it looks kind of weird, but I like it. It's just interesting. It's a very interesting Pokemon. I mean, I love Houndour. Houndour and its big evolution, Houndour, have saved me in a couple of different Nuzlocks now. I mean, check out the X and Y All-Star Elimination Lock. That pretty much proves my love for Houndour and Houndoom. And, of course, Fire Red Omega as well. Again, I had a Houndour and a Houndoom in there, and they saved me from losing a lock too. So, Houndour, Houndoom, amazing Pokemon. I love them. I would definitely like to have this one on my team. I probably would say, yeah, this one on my team. I don't use Houndour and Houndour enough, and I would love to use them again. So, yeah, very much interested in this one. Dark Water type does fit its typing, can work out very nicely. The opposite of what it is now, but yeah, works out really nicely. I mean, I guess you could possibly see this Pokemon like on the beach line, and that's where you catch it. You know, I don't think it'd be like a deep sea Pokemon where you go out onto like the sea and the water and you're like surfing to get it. No, I don't think it's one of those Pokemon. I think it's just one of those Pokemon you'd find on the beach. That's all basically, really. And it's just grown up close to the sea. I don't think it's actually like a Pokemon that's in the ocean. But it's a pretty cool Pokemon still. And then we have this, which is kind of interesting because he's drawn a shiny form for this one too. This is Catnip. It is grass type. As we can see, it is a cat Pokemon. But we can see its normal form here, and then its shiny form up top. So Catnip looks like an interesting Pokemon. It could be a generic Route 1 Pokemon, but it also could be rather interesting to see it more further into the game. And I definitely see it evolving. I definitely would see Catnip evolving here into something different. And it looks really cool. I mean, the sprout on its tail, that is an interesting attention to detail. And little leaves right below its ears. That is really cool. I like that. So yeah, this is a really cool Pokemon. I would definitely like to see this thing evolve. This possibly could evolve into something big, like a big cat Pokemon. I love cat Pokemon. Cats are really cool, and I would love to do a cat lock one day. So that might have to be a thing on the channel. A Pokemon cat lock, where you can only catch cat Pokemon, or dog Pokemon, or a dog lock where you can only catch dog Pokemon. You know, these are things that you should do more often. Speaking of cats, here's one. This is, I'm guessing this could, yeah, this is a legendary. This is one of his legendaries. Yeah, I could see that. This is Sunsera. It is a fire psychic type. So it's small. It's tiny though. I mean, legendaries, can legendaries evolve? I mean, do we really count Solgaleo and Lunala as like the only legendary that can evolve? Because this little Pokemon looks like this little Pokemon could be very, very interesting, and I could see some like myth. I could see a myth or some kind of lore behind this Pokemon that makes it rather interesting. Let's take a look at his stats here. Now, he has told me on Twitter that he wants to make these stats really good because it's a legendary Pokemon, but he might have gone a bit too good. So his attack and special attack are 75. Whilst its special attack is 250, and its special defense is 200. Well, that might be 100. He might have drawn his ones wrong. But yeah, I mean, I think if you maybe gave it a little bit of a nerve, it might work out as an actual Pokemon that actually could work. Its speed is only 100 too. Yeah, I could definitely see this Pokemon working. I mean, possible moves it could learn, like Psychic, Fiery Dance, those kind of things. Definitely, it's one of those Pokemon that could like learn moves like really late on in the game and be really cool. It could very much have some. You could invent some kind of lore around it. I would definitely like to see more of this Pokemon. So, you know, give me like a dex description, and then I might be able to figure out what this Pokemon more. You know, whether this Pokemon could evolve or how this Pokemon would fit into the Pokemon world is what. Well, because like Solgaleo and Lunala, the sun's like the sun-stealing Pokemon or something like that. The beast that devours the sun, and the beast that devours the moon, stuff like that. Yeah. So, what would be this Pokemon's like lore? That's what I need to know. But I like it still. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favourites are from this collection and what your favourites of Lacy's entire drawings from the 3 videos I've made too. And then here's its counterpart, Munsara, sorry. It is a legendary, it is psychic and ghost typing, and as we can see, this one has 250, no, it was 250, yeah. 250 attack, 200 defense, 75 base speed, and 75 base special attack, base special defense as well is also 75, and 100 base speed. It's an actually really interesting Pokemon. So like you've got like, so this is more of a cat, and then this one's more of a dog. So it actually works out really nicely. Both Pokemon work out really nicely together, cats and dogs. Because you could see a little rivalry between each other. I mean, basically, these could have been, in my opinion, these could have been the Pokemon, the legendaries for Sun and Moon. They could have actually been the Pokemon for Sun and Moon, and like a dog that barks at the moon, and a cat that represents the sun in some way. I don't know, but yeah, these Pokemon could have been it. I mean, the attack stat and defense stat are a bit god tier. But you could definitely do some work with them. They could definitely pose a threat to Mega Mewtwo, which is really cool, which I really like. I like these Pokemon rather nicely. Good little Pokemon. And again, maybe possibly it could evolve. I don't know, but I don't know. Here's one that's a crime that doesn't exist in the Pokemon world though. Flamingo, the Flamingo Pokemon. Water Psychic type. As we can see, its stats are base 75 attack, 85 defense, 125 special attack, 100 special defense, and 80 speed. flamingos. We have 0 flamingos in the Pokemon world, and it is a crime that we have 0 flamingos in the Pokemon world. I love flamingos. I feel like it's a very unrepresented Pokemon when it, very unrepresented animal when it comes to Pokemon. It should be a thing. I mean, we don't have a lot of dolphin. We don't have any dolphin Pokemon, but we also don't have any flamingos, and that is a crime. I also think it's a crime that we don't have that many ostrich Pokemon. Like Doduo and Dodrio are the only ostrich Pokemon, and that's a crime too. So this is a really cool Pokemon. Definitely, yeah, you can definitely see the elements of both water and psychic from it. Flamingos are really cool animals, and they deserve some representation in the Pokemon world. I mean, here's a question for you guys. What animals do you see in the real world that don't have representation in the Pokemon world? And what should have? What animals or fish or mammals or whatever you want whatever you want, what don't have representation in the Pokemon world and should have representation in the Pokemon world? Because flamingos is definitely one of the top ones on my list, and it definitely should be a thing. Flamingos, this definitely could evolve. I definitely see this thing evolving into some big flamingo Pokemon, and more flamingos are really cool. I want more flamingos in the Pokemon world. So, yeah, really love this Pokemon. Good work there by Lacy. More flamingo Pokemon for Game Freak and Nintendo and everything. Here's another one that doesn't exist that I like. Electric Fighting. This is Janroshi, the jumping Pokemon. It's a kangaroo. And there isn't any kangaroos in the Pokemon community, in the Pokemon world. You could say Kangaskhan represents, Kangaskhan has elements of a kangaroo with the fact that it carries its young in its sack, but that's not really enough. I mean, you could even say this is a wallaby Pokemon, and again, there's no representative of wallabies in Pokemon. And again, if we had a region based on Australia, we could have some representation, more representation from kangaroos, more representation from crocodiles, more representation from wallabies, dingoes, which is a very wild dog over there. Like, there's so many different Pokemon Australia has that could, there's so many different animals Australia has that could become Pokemon in the Pokemon world. Anyway, so let's take a look at these stats here. So base 125 attack, base 110 defense, 75 in special attack, 85 in special defense, and 170 in speed. So this thing is a fast little nipper, but also can put up a bit of a fight too. Definitely could be seeing this thing from learning Thunder Punch and Mach Punch to start off with. Definitely could see, or very, very early learning Mach Punch. I would also like to see this Pokemon learning Close Combat a lot later on in its life, learning things like Close Combat. That would be very cool. And if it could evolve into a big boxing kangaroo Pokemon, that would be really cool. I mean, think of... I don't know if you get this reference, but Roger from the Tekken series. That's what I'm thinking for this the evolution of this Pokemon. Roger from the Tekken series. So, if you get the reference, let me know. Anyway, Generoshi's long legs are used for fighting, for territory, and and they're able to jump 10 feet up in the air. Oh, okay, really interesting. I mean, that literally says to me jump kick, and possibly high jump kick if it evolved. Yeah, that literally says to me jump kick and high jump kick as well. I wasn't thinking more along those lines. I was thinking more along the lines of punching moves, but now kicking moves seem like an idea for this thing too. So I'm very much interested in how this Pokemon would evolve and stuff like that, because we don't see a lot of kicking representative in the Pokemon world. I mean, yeah, sure, Hitmonlee, yeah, sure, Lopunny, but not enough kicking representative. We need more people who can learn high jump kick and jump kick. more Pokemon need to learn those moves. So yeah, definitely interested in this Pokemon. More kangaroos need to exist. Janarashi is what this Pokemon is called, by the way. And then we have Surprise? It's a serpent, ladies and gentlemen. It is a serpent Pokemon, like a snake. It is poison ground type. It's actually really cool. I actually really think we don't have enough snake. We have quite a few snake Pokemon. I must admit, we have quite a few snake Pokemon. You know, Superior, Seviper, Arbok, Zygarde. Well, Zygarde 50%. We have quite a few snakes. But this is a pretty interesting Pokemon. You can definitely see where it comes. You can definitely see that it could this be the only snake Pokemon that evolves? I mean, yeah, I honestly think this little snake could be the only snake Pokemon that I mean, maybe Ekans is a snake. Ekans and Arbok are snake Pokemon that can evolve, Joe. Yeah, Ekans and Arbok are snake Pokemon that can evolve. Maybe, I mean, I like it. Honestly, it could be really cool. I mean, I think rather to see some poison on its fangs and stuff like that. More representation to say that it's a poison type. I mean, you can definitely see it's a ground type, but I want more representation it's a poison type. I mean, it could be rather interesting. Definitely, it should learn things like Poison Fang and stuff like that. I mean, I wanted to learn more a lot of fangy moves because it's a snake. Snakes are known for their fangs. Snakes are known for biting people, and this snake should be biting. Everyone. So Poison Ground type, I actually kind of like that. Can work out really nicely as a typing. Means it's not as effective against Earthquake, so that's really cool because people would bring Earthquake against this thing and it would probably die a lot. But like, it's a really cool Pokemon. I mean, Arena Trap. There you go. That's an ability this thing could have, and that would work out really nicely for it to trap things in so they can't switch. That would be really cool for it. I can definitely see that being a thing. Also, a lot of poison type abilities like Poison Touch, maybe. But Arena Trap, Arena Trap is such an idea for me right now of this Pokemon having Arena Trap. But yeah, definitely, really like it. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've shown you all the Pokemon that I thought I had one more, but like, no, I think I've shown you all the Pokemon. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like. Let me know your opinions, and let me know what you think of these Pokemon. Also, go and check out Lacy. His link is in the description below. He draws a lot of Pokemon, and some of the designs I have covered on the channel, but not all the designs I've covered on this channel. Also, he's definitely got a few more in the bank, and he's always drawing, so he can definitely find some more inspiration. I would definitely like to see a full Pokedex of his Fakémon. So definitely really cool. As we can see, you look at these Pokemon on this. Oh, interesting. Each of them has their own little reason for why they exist. So yeah, definitely really like these Pokemon. As we can see, as I'm flipping through to show you all the Pokemon I've shown you today. So there you go, those are all Pokemon I have shown you today. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But until next time, I am JPH Games. Minda Pokemon get later. Everybody get Pokemon. And see you again.